Good morning. It's definitely a lively Tuesday morning, I can tell. Everyone's into the chit-chat mode and socializing, which is awesome. That's how it should be. Again, thank you so much for your time and welcome to Coffee Chats. It's January 23rd, 2024. Woohoo! I'm going to hand it off to two residents first so they can tell us a couple messages, and then I will move on to what's going on for the week and then hand it over to Jeff. Here's Lori. She's on a mission.
Some of you that were at the mystery craft the other day know that we've gotten donations of different things coming into the art room, and we do wish to use them. As I was going through some of the donations, we have many papers and envelopes for making Valentine cards. So we will be doing that tomorrow during the open studio time from 1:30 on. You can make one, can, whatever fits you. If your grandkids want a Valentine card, this would be the time to make one. Next week, for our usual craft, we will be making a little light for in your room, decorating these containers that I got from Joy. And that you do need to sign up for, so keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay, Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. A lot of people coming down for supper tonight. And when you come by, stop by the piano. We've had a great time the last couple of times. Evie has a book that you can't believe. You don't have to go through and say, we're going to sing 27, oh, we're going to sing 19. It's just one page after the other, you just turn it. And we're toward the back of the book this time with some oldies tonight. But one song after the other, and we sing for an hour, and it's a fun time. So,
Is it 6 p.m.?
6 p.m., yeah, when they start coming out of supper, yes. Okay, evidently I thought I was getting some question. Yes, I'm holding it properly. Okay. And then a second thing is that we are having a Super Bowl party. It comes the day we have the Super Bowl.
February 11th, I think it is.
And yes, not until the 11th, so we have some time yet. And it will be a 6 o'clock start when we open up the doors. The game starts about 6:30. We're going to have some pizza delivered, and you will order a pizza piece and pay for it by piece. And if you want 2 pieces, you pay twice as much. If you want 3, it's 3 times. If you want a bottle of pop, we'll have a bottle of pop for you. And it will be cold. And then we will also have a board, like we've had during the football season. But it's not going to be $1 a time. It's going to be a one-time deal of $10. So it will be $1,000 that will be handed out that night. And it will not be just on one criteria. It will be score, will still be the main one. But it might be for how many first downs does a team have in that quarter. We'll pay a little bit. So it's going to be called the Evenson $1,000 board. So if we get into any trouble, with the IRA or anything like that is Jeff Evenson that's running this board. But, so save your $10. And yes, Cliff, you can get two if you need to. No. But Detroit's still in it, Joe. Detroit's still playing.
I can't quite hear you, John. Don't have my hearing aid.
I'll tell you when I come by. Okay, that's it. Any questions?
Oh man, I swear it's like we're a comedian show, some type of comedy show sometimes. All right, so thank you so much, John and Lori, for your time making those announcements. It sounds like fun. Boy, that would be nice, $1,000. That'd be kind of a fun little nugget of cash. Sounds like a good time as well, pizza and soda. Okay, and that's in Marion Hall, I'm assuming, on February 11th. Okay, I'll move on to the week. Before I do so, I am going to just put it out there. If you know of anybody that drives a van that has a Class B van, requirements is a Class B certification. If you know of anyone, family members, etc., send them our way. Give them Jeff's name, my name. We are looking for a van driver. And hence, please keep on top, as you are, I will keep you on top of whether we are able to go or not. We're juggling right now currently. The excursions that require payment for this month and next month, we have a van driver for because we have made an obligation. So luckily, graciously, Steve has given his time, extra time, to help us. I know, what an amazing, we're so lucky to have him. And so he will be covering those. But there might be a Thursday, perhaps that Sunday, that we were planning on going to the Northeast Farmers Market, that we may have to cancel it if we do not find a van driver. Actually, no, that one we will have because we have Sandy. We will have a Sunday van driver for sure for next month. So I will keep you informed whether the excursion will be going forward or not. Hopefully we'll find a new van driver quickly. I'm putting it out to the universe. But again, if you know anybody, send them our way, please. Okay, I'll move on for the week. So today, up in Marion Hall at 10 a.m., we have Gary Hansen. He's that art historian. And he's talking about Pablo Picasso today, the 20th century prodigious innovator. And he's considered one of the greatest artists in the 20th century. I was just looked at some of his artwork up to that went for sale at Christie's. Does anyone have a guess? The painting that's one of the most expensive paintings that was sold at Christie's is called Les Femmes d'Alger. Can anyone guess how much that sold for? Pretty close. 179 million. Yes, so that's the price of one of his most expensive pieces that was sold at Christie's. He created it in 1955. And so anyway, he'll be talking about Picasso's life. He's a really interesting artist. So if you are available, please head up to Marion Hall to hear about Picasso from Gary Hansen. Also at 6 p.m. tonight, of course, is our sing-along with John, which had just shared with you. So if you're available, head up to the East Lobby for that. Wednesday, tomorrow, we have our TED Talks always at 1 p.m. And the 3 topics that are on 991, so that's when you're able to find these TED Talks, is the secret to breathing on the moon, why we must protect our right to protest, and why we should teach our children to think long term. So those are the 3 TED Talks. You can also find those on our YouTube station and on the library in the West End. On Wednesday at 1:30, of course, we have 500, 7 p.m. We have our bingo and 500 as well. On Thursday at 9 and 11, we have our recorded coffee chats on 991. If you're not able to make it this morning live. And also, our excursion is going to the general store, and that leaves at 10:45. I wanted to let you know, if you signed up for that, that the reservations for the restaurant there is at 11. So please be prompt to getting onto the van, arrive early so they can get on there. And apparently right when you get in and at the reservations being at 11, that's when they get their popovers right out of the oven. So they're nice and hot, so don't be late so you can enjoy a warm, yummy popover. I'm assuming that I was gonna kind of touch bases with the van, anyone that was going to the general store, and suggest, I would guess, an hour and a half would suffice for the general store. So that's what I'm thinking here. I'll just check with you on the van before you leave, and then you'll have to make sure and watch for the time so you're ready to get back onto the van, but I think an hour and a half would be enough time. Okay, let's see, make sure I didn't forget anything. Nope, that's it. Friday, we have 1 p.m. coffee chats at 991. 1 p.m., of course, we have bridge, poker. 4 p.m., we have a happy hour. And on Friday, it's our movie, of course, and that's at 7 p.m. in Marion Hall, and that is Rain Man. That's a great movie. After a selfish LA yuppie learns his estranged father left a fortune to an autistic silent brother in Ohio that he didn't know existed, he absconds with his brother and sets out across the country hoping to gain a larger inheritance. So that's with Tom Cruise. Who's the other gentleman that's in that, the big star that's in Rain Man? Dustin Hoffman. Okay, so those are the two actors. Thank you. All right, Saturday is another excursion that's going forward. Steve again is going to be driving for that, and that is going to the Stages Theater. It's a really small, or short, I should say. It's about an hour-long musical, and Dragons Love Tacos. It's a really sweet, funny musical. Before that is reservations at 30 Bales. The reservations are at 11 a.m. and the musical starts at 1 p.m. So please keep track of time, and so that you're able to get over to the 1 p.m. production time. They're very close. The restaurant is very close to the Stages Theater, so I'm not too concerned, but being conscious of time is always good. If you had originally signed up for the Stages Theater and did not get a check-in, please get a check-in. I have printed out those that have put a check-in, but there's still a space for one. So if you are still wanting to go and originally signed up, please get your check-in and I'll add you. All right, let's see here. On Saturday also, we have bingo at 7 p.m. and that is what I have going on for the week. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Is there any questions? Yes, Roger.
Wednesday morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Roger. Wednesday morning, Roger is kind enough to record the yoga class. So I've let them know that he will be there so that if I'm on vacation or if I'm not feeling well, we're able to put a recorded exercise class on 991 so that you're able to practice in your apartments, or perhaps I'm pondering if there's a way we could get it in Marion Hall so you could do it there. But at least we have a recorded one, so we plan on doing that for the yoga class, and then the second class as well, the exercise class, we're going to be recording that as well. So we're working on how to set that up. I mean, if you prefer not to be in the video, we would be happy to I was making a joke yesterday how we could put you in the closet and I could say, move your leg to the left. But anyway, we'll try to get you out in the back if you wish not to be in the video. But I think having a video of us practicing in all different bodies and how we would do something really gives you a good idea of how every person has the ability to do these practices in their own way. So I'm really encouraging you to come, if you normally come, to be in that video with me. I would greatly appreciate it. So that's just heads up for that. So, all right. Thanks, Roger, for reminding me.
Thanks, Jillian. One thing I'd like to add on that exercise video is those of you that don't go to exercise, you might watch it and see how it can apply to you. Anyway, I had a couple observations from Mr. Samuelson's chat this morning. Okay, the $1,000 Evenson board or whatever he called it, it's not the IRA. The Irish Republican Army isn't going to investigate us. It would be the IRS, I think. Secondly, I want to get to the price of pizza. I'm from Breckenridge, Minnesota, and the Wilkin County Fair, the VFW has a beer stand. And my dad worked at that beer stand. And all they sell is beer, keg beer. And the sign on the wall says, 1 beer, $1.50. 2 beers, $3. 3 beers, $4.50. 4 beers, $6. Those guys that are pouring the beer, they'll give me 2 beers. They look up and see $3. I don't know. I think that's funny. No one here obviously does. There's no volume discount. There's no nothing. It's just that they're adding it for you. Anyway, I should have stopped at the IRA. I know. How many people have the Star Tribune delivered? Okay. Apparently yesterday was the first day of not having our regular delivery person.
No, it wasn't the first day.
Sunday.
I should have stopped at the IRA. In the last 4 or 5 days, the Star Tribune driver has retired. And we have a new driver, and there's some growing pains and all that type of thing. He was here at 5:30 this morning, so that made things a lot better. Just have a little patience. Things have a way of working themselves out around here. Although when things aren't as they were the day before, there tends to be a panic and we need to fix everything right away. No, let's have a little patience and let things play out. Jan?
Well, I understand now that the concierge has to put the apartment numbers on the papers. And today, for second floor, I always deliver them, so I know what's paper. But not everyone was numbered. And every day it would be a chicken change. So, just so they
Apparently the former driver would put the apartment number on every paper. That's not happening, so our front desk people did that. But apparently there were some numbered, they must have gotten more papers than they had numbers for.
Well, when Sunday, when they get it, they have a sheet with all the numbers of the apartments that are supposed to get that. Sundays, many people get the paper that don't get it any other day of the week.
Yep.
So it's different every day.
It's different every day, the list. This is exactly what I'm talking about, folks. We are a solution looking for a problem. Let's figure out, let it play its course. If you don't have your paper, call the Star Tribune. If, maybe first call the front desk, say, is there an extra paper around there? Yep, okay, I haven't got one, that's mine. If there is no extra papers, then call the Star Tribune and let them worry about it. Okay. I want to read a note that was sent to Sylvia Sharon, and as I read it, you'll understand the context or the subject. January 5th, 2024. Dear Sylvia, please extend our thanks to everyone in the Ridge Point Knit and Chat group for the sweet baby hats. Each is so sweet, beautifully made, and undoubtedly knit with love. I put them out for parents to choose for their babies. The supply has diminished quickly as parents see these lovely hats. We are so grateful to each of you for sharing your talent with us, and it is talent and skill that allow you to knit so well. We are grateful for your ongoing support of our tiniest patients here at Children's Minnesota. Best wishes to all for a happy, healthy new year. Sincerely, Diane Dingley, MS, CCLS, Certified Child Life Specialist. So, and I would encourage anyone that knits to join that group. I think they're a fantastic group. I love to just pop in and chat with them every now and then because they're very spirited. And they don't always tell you what you want to hear, which is, believe it or not, I don't mind hearing that. I don't like hearing it in front of, how many people are there here today? Close to 300 for those of you that are watching on TV. I think we're going to have to start telling you you can't bring outside guests. I see close to 150 outside guests here, so. All right, birthdays. Today is the 23rd. There are no birthdays today. On the 27th, Lee Altman and Risa Tolles. And on the 30th, Pat Sullivan. Is Pat Sullivan down here? I hear Pat Sullivan and I think of the Auburn quarterback who won the Heisman Trophy back in the 70s. So, does anyone have any questions on anything? Sorry, I should have asked that before we did the
Are
break.
there any new residents?
Are there any new residents here today? Thank you, Carol. Yes. All right. Let's sing Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Have a good week, everybody.